Hey everyone, I'm Marsha. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making chicken fried rice. I love this recipe because it really is quick and easy to make, and I have a secret ingredient that I like to use in mine that gives it a lot more flavor. So I'm going to share that with you as well. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start off by chopping up a half of an onion. And it really does help to prep all your ingredients first when you're making a recipe like this, because everything comes together really quickly. So you want to make sure you have everything already prepped and ready to go. I'm also going to finely chop some green onion as well. We're going to use this inside the recipe, and we're going to save some of it to use as a garnish after we are done. And next we are going to chop up or mince 2 garlic cloves. And I finally got me a new garlic press. I have been doing this by hand forever because my old garlic press was just old and rusted out. So I got me a new one, which makes life a lot easier. So I still like chopping up my garlic sometimes, but when I don't feel like it, I'm definitely going to use a garlic press. Next, we have 2 large chicken breasts, and I do like to cut my chicken breasts in half, and then I will either slice it or, chop them up into bite-sized pieces from there. But be very careful. If you have a sharp knife, this makes life a lot easier, but you do want to be careful to not cut your hand. So I'm going to cut up both of these chicken breasts into bite-sized pieces, and this is key when you want to make chicken fried rice, because you want to make sure each bite you have has a little bit of rice, a little bit of vegetables, and a little bit of chicken in it. So I do like to cut them up, fairly small, not too small, but fairly small pieces. Once you have all of your chicken breasts chopped up, you can go ahead and add it to a bowl and then season it with salt and pepper. I'm also going to season mine with a little bit of my favorite all-purpose seasoning. You can use whatever favorite, salt-free seasoning you may have. Just be sure that it's not overpowering, so you don't have like a Cajun seasoning or a lemon pepper seasoning, because then it'll take away from the chicken fried rice flavor. Then I'm going to beat up 2 large eggs. I don't like a lot of eggs in my fried rice, but if you want more, you certainly can add 3 or 4 eggs. All right, now for the fun part. It's time to put everything together. And don't forget, I do have a secret ingredient that I can't wait to show you, so make sure you stick around to the end so you can see exactly what that is. But I'm going to start off by cooking my chicken. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil in a large skillet, and then I'm just going to put all of my chicken pieces into the skillet and let it cook all the way through. So that usually takes about 4 minutes on each side. And once your chicken is cooked, you can go ahead and remove it from the skillet onto a plate and just set it aside. And then I clean out my skillet a little bit, put just a little bit more oil in there, and I go ahead and fry up my eggs. So I'm going to scramble those eggs in the skillet, breaking them up into small pieces, somewhat small pieces. And then once the egg is cooked, you can remove it and set it aside as well. I just put it on the same plate that I had my chicken breast on. So wipe the skillet out. I added a little bit more oil, and now I'm going to saute my onions and my garlic. Once those 2 things are fragrant, about 1 to 2 minutes, I am going to add in some frozen mixed vegetables. Now, I thought I had just frozen peas and carrots, but apparently I didn't. I had just a bag of frozen mixed vegetables, which is totally fine. I actually liked it better with all of the vegetables in there versus just peas and carrots. So worked out perfect for me. And I do recommend you use frozen vegetables versus canned vegetables. It just tastes a lot better and is healthier for you. You can just let your vegetables thaw out while you're prepping the rest of your ingredients. So while you're cutting your onions and you're cutting up your chicken, so that way when it's time to add them to your skillet, they're already primarily thawed. All right, so now I am adding in my rice. So I made a little well in the middle of my skillet, added a little bit more oil and butter this time, and I'm gonna dump in my already cooked rice. So I am using leftover brown rice that has been sitting in my refrigerator for about a day or 2. This is very important as well. You definitely want to make sure you're using leftover cold rice that you have already cooked, because if you use rice that you just cooked like right then, it's going to make your fried rice kind of gummy and sticky, and it's not going to turn out as good as if you were using leftover cold rice. So you can use brown or white rice, whatever your preference is. I prefer brown rice, so that is what I am using. Then after a couple of minutes, you can go ahead and add the rest of your ingredients. So I'm adding in my cooked chicken breast. I'm gonna add in my scrambled eggs, and then I'm gonna mix that all together. Now it's time to add in your sauces. So I'm gonna add in some soy sauce, and I have all the measurements listed down below in the description box. I'm also gonna add in some sesame oil, and the secret ingredient, you guys, hoisin sauce. So if you look at a lot of fried rice recipes online, you may not see this ingredient listed for fried rice, but it is an Asian sauce and it gives this rice a lot more flavor. At first, I didn't use it and I used to feel like my fried rice was missing something. And so I had this in the refrigerator and I said, you know what? This is an Asian sauce. Let me see what it tastes like in my chicken fried rice. And you guys, that is exactly what I needed. So I definitely recommend you adding a little bit goes a long way, of hoisin sauce. All right, and so at the very end, you want to add in some of your green onions, not all of them because you're going to save some to garnish, but you do want to mix in a couple of those green onions. And I definitely wouldn't skip the green onions because it does actually give this recipe a lot of flavor. And there you have it, you guys. You have chicken fried rice that tastes amazing and it holds up well in the refrigerator. So if you want to save some for later for meal prep, for lunch or dinner for the next day, you certainly can. I hope you enjoyed this video and this recipe. If you did, please leave me a big thumbs up down below. It really helps my channel out. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you will never miss when I upload a video. Until next time, I'll see you later.